Michael the Soldier Hog. I want to go back to the story though about how I finally got the chance to play Sonic Mania. So, like I said already though, I finally got the chance to finally play Sonic Mania. I found out though that I actually had enough space on my PS4 to download the game after all. I noticed that afterwards, like I just checked all the free space on my PS4 and I still had enough space to actually play the game. So all this time between when the game came out and I think last week when I just finally started getting the game, I just noticed though I just wasted my time over nothing because I could have still played it anyway. So I was being kind of a bit of a shithead just thinking that I could not play it anyway to begin with. Joey, stop saying Glover in the chat for a minute. Let me finish my story here. So, I finally got the chance to finally play the game, guys, and I gotta say, it is freaking awesome! It is awesome! I enjoyed it. Not only like they did a throwback to classic Green Hill Zone, but there's also throwback levels from Sonic 1, 2, 3, and also Sonic and Knuckles. And I just and every minute though when they started doing these throwback levels, I'm like, oh my god, this is just like the game. Oh wait, this is not. Oh, but they always kept trying to do like something different from the original game, like something that was never ever done in the original game. I remember finally getting to Oil Ocean Zone, and there's this moment though, and now that they have and they even had the power up shields from Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. So imagine, and of course the flaming shield power up was actually an Oil Ocean Zone. So take a visual picture of this for a minute. You have the flame shield when you're riding through Oil Ocean Zone, and every moment though you go down those oil slides though, it leaves right behind like a great big fiery trail. Even by the time you get to the second level, things get crazy. Like there's a moment though where where the smoke gets all this, becomes this red colory stuff though, and you're supposed to activate the switch from making it go all from making it get all smoky. I'm pretty sure though if you don't I never did see what happens though if the red smoke got really bad, but I'm pretty sure though it would take your ring, it would eventually make Sonic die, so, or something bad. I know it's something bad would happen though, but I never did find out what really happens to find out, so I apologize guys, I can't actually tell you. But yeah, just like the second act, though, there's all these moments though where you find those little switches. They're like the kinds from Sonic 3 when you're inside Sandopolis Act 2, because when you're wandering around Sandopolis of Act 2, you're inside this dark tomb, and there's all these ghosts that will attack you when the torches die out. So you have to keep them all lighting. So you have to keep finding these little switches to light the room. Otherwise the lights will die out, and then eventually the ghosts will start coming after you. If you don't, they'll light them up again in time. I'm just trying to say they're like the kinds from Sonic 3. They're like you just jump on them, they activate down, and then right afterwards it would clear up all the smoke in Oil Ocean Zone. But I'm actually really liking the game. It is so much fun. Like all of a sudden though, I just went right from 2017 back to 1995 or whatever time I did, whatever time I went back to playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles as a kid. It just brought me back to that. You know what I used to like about Sonic and Knuckles, guys, or even Sonic 3 and Knuckles in general? I'm gonna say Sonic 3 and Knuckles for the time being, though, because in Sonic and Knuckles, though, I noticed that Knuckles takes all these different altered paths that Sonic ends up taking. Like Sonic and Tails have their own. Let's just say they're really a moment though where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles go on a path, but then Sonic and Knuckles goes up here. When Knuckles is end up stuck taking the lower part of the level instead. Like a brief example is the Sonic and Knuckles way, like Sonic and Tails, which take this path and go up. When Knuckles, on the other hand, though, when he finally takes that level, gets to that part where the level splits, he takes the lower part of the level instead. I can't do this on the camera. I'm doing this so fucking bad. Fuck. I can't do this, guys. But you see where I'm going, though, right? You see, just say, though, that you understand what I'm going to with this. Eventually, though, there is a moment, though, where Sonic and Tails and Knuckles' path will meet again, though, but it always ends up changing. Although, the only thing that's always different is the levels themselves. Because, as I remember, though, in Sonic 3, or Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you could go as, like, far as, like, I know Knuckles is, you can only go as, like, far as, like, having one final fight with Mecha Sonic at the end of Sky Sanctuary. But, of course, though, Sonic ends up being, like, the longer person out of the other two. Like, Sonic will end up going, like, as far as, like, Doomsday Zone. But other than that, though, Knuckles, I noticed, though, Knuckles, well, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all take different paths in the level. Tails is pretty much pretty close to Sonic's, though. Tails doesn't go to Doomsday Zone. Apparently, for some odd reason, though, Tails doesn't actually go to Doomsday Zone, which I thought was a little weird. Like, you don't end up trying to collect the Master Emerald at the end of Doomsday Zone. You have to, like, do it sometime during the final fight with Dr. Robotnik at the end of Death Egg Zone Act 2. Like, Tails will still have that final fight with that big mecha Death Egg robot thing, like you do when you play the game as Sonic. But as Tails, though, you still do it as Tails, but at the very end, though, the game just ends off, though, without Tails going directly to Doomsday Zone. I don't know why. But of course, though, as well, we actually see Sonic flying the tornado when, if you beat the game as Tails, so that's a little weird. Sonic is actually flying the plane. I find that a little weird. But yeah, going back to this game, though, so far I haven't seen what the game was like for Knuckles yet. I'm hoping, though, Knuckles ends up taking some altered paths. Right now, though, I'm in this one level that looks very, very similar to Scrap Rain Zone. When I actually play it, I forget what the level is called right now, but it looks very similar to Scrap Rain Zone Act 2 with all the little buzzsaws, and you hear the. Like, you can't touch the gears, otherwise they hurt you. And of course, there's all these vanishing and reappearing platforms. In Act 2, it gets crazy. For Act 2, there's like this little moment, though, where you see these rotating things, and then it's like you go right behind it and collect them more rings, and there's also enemies back there and stuff like that. It gets a little weird. Overall, though, the game is still pretty good, guys. Makes me feel like I'm going back to playing. It makes me feel like I'm back in 1995 again, playing the classic Sonic games for the first time, revisiting old memories, revisiting old classics, and as well, though, I remember, man, it was such a good time to be a gamer at the time. So much so that by years later, guys, when I finally got the Nintendo GameCube, So much so that by the time the Nintendo GameCube came out, I finally got my chance to revisit all of them again on the Nintendo GameCube. This right here, guys, is Sonic's Mega Collection for the Nintendo GameCube. 7 greatest hits, it says on the front, and 7 of the greatest hits are right here. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic's Mean Bean Machine, and Sonic Spinball. That's kind of weird. A game with Dr. Robotnik? And the crazy thing is and there's actually one little moment though in Chemical Plant Zone where you challenge Dr. Robotnik to a game of Mean Bean Machine. I want to say it's still the same game though, like the original, but there is one little altered thing now for when you play the game, although I don't want to give away what. You have the game too. That's pretty cool, Di Quentin. This Summer game has brought me back so many memories over the years. If only I got my Nintendo Wii back out again today, guys, I would definitely go back to replaying this. I wanted to, Di Quentin, but sadly I never got the chance to play Sonic Heroes. And right now, though, I'm just trying to finish the game as so far right now I'm trying to finish the game as Sonic and Tails. But I do plan to also play the game as like Sonic alone, Tails alone, and also see what the game would be like as Knuckles as well. Heck, they even made a file save slot just like Sonic 3. And there's even a no-save slot like you could do in the original game, because even in the original Sonic the Hedgehog 3, you could do a no-save file and it won't save your data for when you reset your Genesis. I don't know why they always made a no-save file. Anyway, though, this is going to be a highlight, and thank you so much for listening to my story. And I look forward to playing more of the game. And I really hope someday, though, I do get to live stream the game. You know, get it off of Steam if possible. But so far, though, still, Sonic Mania, good game. Really good game. It's making me go back to the early 90s again every time when I play it. Revisiting the good old days and when Sonic was right on top. Why not stream from your PS4? Quickly to go answer this question before I end this. I promise to make this as a highlight. I may live stream it someday as well, Adam. I may live stream it someday, but this is only after I beat the entire game and, you know, finally beat the game as Sonic and as Tails and as Knuckles. Just so right afterwards I could tell you guys what to expect from when we try doing a Let's Play of it off my PS4. Anyway, though, thank you for watching this, the Sega Camp Gamer, guys, and I'll see you guys later.